Hey, everybody, if you're watching this replay, welcome to the July 29th, 2025 live training and coaching call. I'm about to take off to California tomorrow. I'm flying to California. But before I go, we have these beautiful people right here in the Zoom call with us. And I want to start this video off with giving you 6 or 7 tips-ish on how you can stop waking up at 3 a.m. and then staring at the uh, ceiling, staring at your ceiling fan or staring at something and overthinking everything, and then just basically being awake from 3 a.m. all the way till you're supposed to wake up, and then you wake up, and then you're basically a zombie all day because your sleep is the 8 hours that determines how you do everything in the remaining 16 hours of the day, right? So, in no particular order, one of the easiest ways for you to just simply sleep better is to watch the temperature in your bedroom. And I noticed this big time here in Arkansas, actually. I just started turning on the AC. Now, your bedroom should be 65 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know a lot of you are going to respond in shock to that, but your body needs to cool down in order to get sleepy. Your core body temperature actually needs to drop 1 to 3 degrees for sleep maintenance. Now, most people keep their bedrooms way too warm, and that causes you to wake up. And when your body can't maintain the proper temperature drop, then it just messes everything up. So set your thermostat to 65 to 67 degrees. Use breathable bedding to stay cool out all night. A quick tip is, or one way to make this even better is to take a hot shower or just a warm shower, really, or a hot bath if you're really into those things, about 90 minutes before you go to bed ish. You can also do an hour. What that does is the hot water is going to make your body hot. Then when you get out of the shower, your body temperature is going to drop. Now, you know what I just said about your core body temperature needs to drop 1 to 3 degrees. When it does, you get a little sleepy. So it kind of exacerbates that whole effect. So if you're going to take a warm bath, try to get it to 100-ish degrees, 110 degrees. And this will raise your core temperature by 1 or 2 degrees. And then when you cool down, then that triggers that sleepiness. And that's going to help you stay asleep during the night. So that really helps, by the way, guys. I've tried this myself. And just the AC by itself. If you don't have AC, just get it because it's going to raise the resale value of your house anyway. So you just got to do it. I mean, yeah. Number three is cut caffeine 10 hours before bed. Really just don't have any caffeine after noon. Caffeine has yeah, it depends on how much you take, but about an 8 hour half-life. Meaning if you drink, let's say, coffee at, 2 p.m., then you will still have significant caffeine in your system at bedtime. So for a 10 p.m. bedtime, your last caffeine should really be no later than 2 p.m. But I just recommend nothing after noon because it'll disrupt your sleep cycles. All right, tip number four is to have complete darkness. Now, you can do this in multiple ways. You can get the Vegas blinds. You can see, when we were cavemen, we slept, and the only thing that we had was the lights from the moon and the stars. We didn't have lights, no light pollution. That's why here in Arkansas, we live in nature here, and we don't want street lights. We don't want anything. At night, it's pitch black. We see all the stars when you look up. But if you're living in the city, it's a little bit different. So you can get those Vegas blinds, Vegas curtains. That will help. I have personally found that they don't really block everything out. So you can either go on Amazon, try out getting one of those, some of those blackout like shades. However, I'm going to give you a full fair warning. If you do that, then you're going to have to Velcro that stuff on your window every single day. And then every morning you have to take it off and then put it back on at night. I used to have that. Trust me, at a certain point, you just get to this point where you're just like, I'm just gonna leave them on. And then it's not a good thing. So also if you have really big windows, the Velcro can come off. It's just kind of ugly. So the best way that I have found personally is just get an eye mask. Now, if you're gonna get an eye mask, let your partner get an eye mask as well. Because if you're the only one with an eye mask, No, that doesn't work. You both have to be a nerd about it. So, um, now with that said, not all eye masks are the same. If you're gonna get an eye mask, if you're interested in getting one, just message me. I'll send you one that I would get. But it's very important that you get one that has a little curtain on your nose because that's where all the light comes in. And then there are eye masks that have Bluetooth speakers in the ears so that you can listen to white noise while you're sleeping. So that really helps as well. So that's what I recommend to create complete darkness. Now, number five is if you do wake up at 3 a.m., it's going to happen. I mean, it just happens. And by the way, the reason why you're waking up at 3 a.m. is because your cortisol is spiking at the wrong times. Basically, you're just stressed. That's really what it is. Your cortisol is way too high. Now, it could be because you're fat, or it could be because you're overweight. You have too much fat. Uh, you're a big person, but it could also be that you're just very stressed from life. But if you're out of shape and you're overweight, then it's a lot easier to let cortisol do damage. So when you wake up at 3 a.m., this is not something you're going to fix overnight. But if you do wake up at 3 a.m., then don't check the time or get frustrated. You want to practice what's called non-sleep deep rest. Basically, you want to scan your body and focus on relaxing your whole entire body without trying to sleep. Just lay there because this will teach your nervous system to kind of like go from being alert back to being calm. And this is often more restorative than just laying awake being anxious, right? So, one thing you have to understand when it comes to sleep is that um, 6 hours of good sleep is better than 8 hours of bad sleep. Quantity, no, quality over quantity. So I'm not saying you should get 6 hours of sleep. Everybody should get 8 hours of sleep, but don't beat yourself up if you're not getting that much yet. All right. Tip number six is something you already know. I don't even want to mention it, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it, and that's to stop eating 3 hours before you go to bed. You definitely don't want to have your body be digesting food when you lay horizontal. And also, well, that's the main thing. It's just for your digestion. And then when when you eat, your body's temperature goes up, and you want your body temperatures to drop, right? Also, if you have blood sugar fluctuations, that wakes you up as well. So stop eating 3 hours before you go to bed. Ideally, also stop drinking. You want to be properly hydrated in the morning because then you'll stay properly hydrated through the rest of the day. You ever had it where you don't drink enough water in the morning and then you're just like chasing it all day long? It doesn't work. You got to drink water in the morning. So, lastly, and this is also something that you guys already know. You guys are probably all doing it. I mean, I'm assuming you're doing it. I don't know why you wouldn't be doing it, but in the first 60 minutes upon waking, go outside and get some sunlight. And I know you already know that, but what that does is it sets your circadian rhythm. And this is really kind of like new science. Andrew Huberman was really big with it, but it really when you get morning sunlight, then it's guaranteeing sleepiness 14 to 16 hours later. So think about that. If you get sunlight at, let's say, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., then 14 hours later, that's 9 p.m. ish, right? 9 plus 14 is 25. Yeah, so yeah, something like that. So, no sunglasses, by the way. And if you're on your morning walk, which I know everybody is, you're getting your steps in, then look in the direction of the sun, sun gazing. So, these are just some of the tips that are in my Deep Sleep Secrets course. And it kind of ties into your afternoon energy fix too, because if you're having afternoon energy crashes, then you're probably also waking up at 3 a.m. and laying there restless. That is a horrible way to live. And I know, you know, that goes without saying. But um, so I wanted to put that in there and also put this in the replay for the Zoom call, for the live training and coaching call. So in my text to announce this Zoom, live training and coaching call, I also said that I was going to tell you how to lose 20 pounds in 2 days while eating donuts. Now, if you really thought that was true and that got you on the call, then you need to make yourself a bowl of spaghetti and then pour that bowl of spaghetti over your head because that's insane. That's not possible. So, yeah, that's that. Um, before we go around, I just want to remind everybody when it comes to food logging, actually, this might be a little bit of a rant, but I'll keep it really short. When it comes to food logging, all right, when it comes to your money, if you don't track all your spending, then what's the point of tracking your spending? If you don't track all your income, then that's nice. That's nice because then you're like, oh, I got more income. But that's also kind of a missed opportunity because you could have put that money away or something. But it's really more about if you compare your spending, if you don't track all your spending and you wind up with more month than money at the end of the month, then it's because you're not tracking all your spending. So when it comes to food logging, you have to track all your foods. You either do it all, every single calorie you eat, or you do it. Just don't do it because you're just wasting your time. And I know there's ladies on this call who do this sometimes. And again, this is not like I'm not patronizing you, but I'm also not like talking down on anybody. It's hard, but this is the hardest part is knowing every single calorie that you eat because that's how you lose weight. Now, if you go online, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and even go to some of my old videos, I will be saying it's about making it a lifestyle. You can eat whatever you want as long as you show restraint. It's calories in versus calories out, but it's okay. You gotta love yourself. No, it's calories in versus calories out. And if you don't know 100% certainty how many calories you're taking in, you won't lose weight. Any weight loss you get then is accidental. And that's very rare because if you're not tracking every single calorie you eat, then you're going to overeat because no human being likes being on a caloric deficit. I just ate right now. I'm on a caloric deficit right now because I'm going to California tomorrow. I got to look good. Or I want to look good. I don't want to arrive with like some double chin, like some peasant. Like, who the hell is this guy? Double chin trainer right there. I got to be lean. So I'm on a caloric deficit right now. But I feel like, ooh, I want more. I want more. I want more. But because I'm tracking my calories, I know this is as much as I can eat. So that's the thing with logging your food. There really is no middle ground. And the reason brought up like, okay, going to Instagram, going to YouTube, you're going to see a lot of people saying that moderation. Da, 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 da. No, I tried that. Trust me. Yeah. If everybody is if you know my clients, if all they say is, "Oh, I'm getting stronger," yeah, they're not losing weight then. Of course you're getting stronger. You're lifting weight. That's like the easiest thing to do. Get stronger. Powerlifters are usually very overweight. Losing weight requires you to know exactly how many calories you're taking in. That doesn't mean you have to do it for the rest of your life, but you have to do it in the beginning. And then once you start losing weight, you will be able to eyeball. But I'm going to tell you right now, you losing weight, whether you're 200, you want to get to 140, or maybe you're 160, you want to get to 130, whatever it is, you being at that weight is going to require you to be a completely different person. So start acting like that person because that person is always going to be moving. It's always going to be fidgeting. That person is not going to sit on a couch. The only time that person sits on a couch is if that person is maybe watching a movie that that person really deserved. But that person is not going to be sitting still all day. That person is going to want to stand up every 45 minutes, hit their 10,000 steps. That person is going to want to enjoy every single calorie. So when that person eats, oh, that person is loving every single bite of their food. And also when that person travels, that person knows exactly where he or she is going to eat. It takes that's the person you got to become in order to stay lean. That's why almost everybody's overweight. And compounded with the fact that there's too much food everywhere. I mean, there's literally too much food. But um, with that said, that was my little rant right there about food logging. So with that said, does anybody, let's go around. Does anybody have any inspiring words to say And just give me 1 second. I'm getting texts from people who I invited in. All right, no, I'm good. Um, Anybody who have anything inspiring to say? What? You can choose either something inspiring, or if you have a question, or if you have
Yeah,
a win. Sherry?
it's Arlene.
Oh, Arlene, hi.
Hi. Hey,
Hold on. Sorry. Can you
this
hear
is
me
what
okay?
I'm
Because
doing
my
now.
there's a little bit of a delay. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So, I started to write out my menu, and I'm putting that into the food log like ahead of time. So instead of eating and putting it in, like you said last week, I'm going to do it ahead of time. I already have my breakfasts down. I have my pre meal prep lunch and dinner down, and my snacks. And then I'm just going to update for the week, so I don't have to do it like one time, and I just go in there and I click, 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 and that's it. I think that's going to work better for me.
So yeah. So you're logging it in the. Are you logging it like the night before? Or you're logging it for the whole week.
The menu on what I'm going to eat. I have all that food already in there
Okay. So you mean in the app, right?
in the app.
Okay. Yeah. The best way to log your food in the app is to do it before you eat. So that's the optimal way. So did you start that this week?
Yeah, today.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Here's the thing. I I've been eating out and I've been eating soup, and it's kind of hard to because I've been craving like soup, chicken soup with vegetables,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So that's kind of hard to log.
Yeah. Um, it's very hard to log soup. I mean, it's you can look it up, in the app. You can type in chicken soup or whatever, and you'll get a rough estimate. But the real, like, brutal, honest, harsh truth is that cutting straight to the chase, like, if you want to lose weight, every time you eat out, you're just making it very hard on yourself. Unless you go to a place where you just know exactly how many calories is in there. So what this does is that eating out kind of becomes like a treat. So if you do eat out, make sure it's worth it. You know what I mean? But what I recommend, you, Arlene, and everybody in here that wants to lose weight, put yourself on a 6 week sprint. And that 6 weeks, you just eat the same thing. Now you don't have to eat the exact same thing, but you eat generally the same things, but you eat at home. You prepare your food at home. So you logging your food in advance, that's a really good idea because now you wake up tomorrow on Wednesday morning, you're like, all right, I logged these meals. I'm going to eat these meals. Otherwise, so it's like you're telling your subconscious that you're going to do it because you started with it today, right?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Do you feel like that kind of gives you some
I
clarity?
feel that's going to be easier for me, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's the ultimate way. If you log your food in advance and then you stick to it, then that's the ultimate. Because then you wake up with 100% clarity. So, tomorrow is basically your first day that you're going to follow that meal plan then?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
Yes.
well, keep me
I had a
posted on.
long weekend. I had a bunch of get. Yeah, you'll see.
All right.
You'll see
Aw-
it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll check your food logs and then keep me posted on how that goes then. I think there's a little bit of a
You got
delay.
it.
Okay. I think there's a little bit of a delay with everybody. But yeah, no, that's a great thing. So That's good. Everybody else who was listening, I highly recommend you do the same thing. But with that said, you got to find what works for you, right? So, Sherry, did you have a question or anything?
Unmute. Hi,
Yep. Yep.
everybody. So here's let's talk about water.
Okay.
So I know 3 hours before we go to sleep, no food. I drink a lot of water throughout the day and I have water at my night table. I'm constantly drinking it. What would you recommend about not drinking water around bedtime? Because that's also part of the reason I wake up.
Yeah. So actually having one or two wake ups in the night is actually okay. I mean, ideally you sleep nonstop, right? But that just doesn't happen. So if you do wake up once, maybe twice, that's okay. So I wouldn't like consider if you wake up to use the restroom like as a failure. It's really not. Almost everybody has that as soon as you turn 40, 50, and all that. But the thing is with water is that when you wake up in the morning, you're always dehydrated. So then you want to hydrate yourself as soon as possible in the morning. So you wake up, drink that water, 8 sips right away, and then boom, get yourself hydrated because then the rest of the day you'll stay hydrated and it'll be easy to stay hydrated. And then during your last meal, I wouldn't drink. And by the way, you never want to drink water while eating because it dilutes the stomach acids. It's not that great for your digestion. Um, and then if you want to drink water afterwards, you can if it makes you feel better. But if you've been properly hydrated all day, then you don't necessarily need to. And it's kind of counterintuitive because after your last meal, you will feel like, oh, I gotta flush it down, but you're already properly hydrated. So yeah. Does that kind of answer your question?
Okay. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, I do have one more.
Yeah.
I was in and out of the last meeting. I couldn't hear a lot, but I'm just wondering, you talked about an app. I don't know if it's the same app that I'm going to ask you about, but there's one out there that all you do is take a picture of your food and it tells you what your calorie is. Because I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes the things that I eat, I can't find in your app, and I don't know really how to scale it because I've maybe never had it before. But there are apps out there that you can take pictures that will tell you what your calories are. If you know of one or if you can recommend one, that would actually help me do a better job at logging my food,
Yeah. So
please.
they use AI. There's apps that use AI. They're just, I haven't found one that's really accurate yet, unfortunately. And it's also, if you think about it, right? AI is great. Like AI is crazy, crazy, crazy great. But I don't know. Maybe 6 months from now. I just, maybe then. That would be almost magic. If you can take a picture of a bowl of spaghetti and then it knows, like, how is it going to know what kind of marinara is in there? What kind of meat is in there? Was it? Is it a whole grain pasta? Is it white? So, um, if I find one, I'll let you know for sure. But subconsciously, just for your subconscious,
Okay, thank you. And
yeah, yeah, for your subconscious, you can also just
okay,
take pictures
and
and
one
post
more,
them.
a positive thing.
Yeah.
Okay, a positive thing. Every one of you that are on this call, not everybody is taking this journey, and I'm so grateful and thankful to be doing it with you. We might not get it right the first time, we might not do it right, every single day, but the fact that we get up and we try every day, I think is pretty cool. And so, to sit on this call and listen to some of the things that are shared and some of the things that we don't know, I think it's very encouraging to hear. And, thank you. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Um,
Thank you.
yes, that was great. Um, so we heard from Digna, we heard from Arlene, Sherry. Claudia, Viridiana, Monica, you guys have anything? I know Monica, maybe you're working out right now or something. No. Yeah.
Hello,
Oh,
workout.
hey, Mon.
Um, maybe just some critique on my strategy this week, since I have the 10 miler on Sunday.
Mm, well, your
Um,
strategy is basically just to not work out Friday and Saturday, right? Or you mean food wise?
yeah. Um, I think there's 4 workouts this week that I planned to just do 4 straight days. Yesterday, was like deadlifts, which I couldn't go heavy on anyways, because I can't do deadlifts at Planet Fitness, like legit deadlifts.
Yeah.
Unless I was doing dumbbells, but
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
so
So,
I did go lighter than
yeah, sorry. What's the heaviest dumbbells they have at Planet Fitness?
um probably 50.
No,
I did see 50s today.
that's the heaviest?
I haven't gone, there's another section full on dumbbells that I haven't gone to. I usually stay like there's 2 other dumbbell sections that go up to 50. I may have seen 75s
Okay, that's very vague, but all right.
at some
So,
point.
okay, let me ask you this real quick. This is a little bit off topic, but is the Planet Fitness, is it right next to your work, or it's really close to you, right?
Well, there's the Compton one that's really close, but that one's small. And if I need like weights and stuff, I have to go to Paramount, which is 15-ish minutes away.
Yeah. Have you thought about maybe going to another gym?
Planet Fitness is the closest one.
Really?
I know there's a probably an LA Fitness that's maybe 5 minutes out. So that wouldn't work.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
And
We can make it work. That's fine. But I'm sorry. What your strategy? What was that? There's deadlifts, and then what else?
so lower weight, and I figured if the last leg centered workout, if I did it on Wednesday, that should be good.
Yeah.
I should be okay by Sunday.
Yeah, the sooner the better. And then so you'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get ready for your, so you said this was 10K?
10 miles.
Oh, 10 miles. Ooh. All right. Yeah, definitely basically just rest and relax up until then. And then
And then carb on Friday and Saturday. That works.
no. So, okay.
Don't
The
go to the all you can eat pasta at Olive Garden.
No, nobody should ever go to Olive Garden. But okay, so these are not my words, and these are very offensive. So I do not stand by these words. So I know everybody's like bracing themselves right now. But when I was training Elite in Norwalk one time, we had a group of 20 people. It was at 6 a.m. And they was like 15 of them were going to like the Spartan race. So what they did is they hired this specific trainer to train them for the Spartan races, which I always thought was kind of silly. But anyway, because she was really good in Spartan races. She knew how to like climb the ropes and all that. So anyway, they would train with me, and then like once a week they would go see this Spartan race trainer. So one of the guys in my group, he was like 300 pounds, and so the race was on a Sunday. So this guy, whom shall remain nameless, he said, "So yeah, like Friday and Saturday, like can we carb up? Can we carb load?" And then the girl, the trainer, said, "Nah, you've used up all your cheat days already. You've used up all your carb days already," because he was overweight, and that's kind of how it is. So I agree with it. Um, Basically, she said it like if you're if you're FAT, then you really shouldn't be carving up. So now, those are her words, but she is right. If you if you got to keep your goal the goal. Now, your goal is to lose weight. So your goal is to be on a caloric deficit. So if you are going to carb up, then keep everything on your nutrition the same all the way until Friday. And then Saturday, you eat more calories, which are carbs. But what all that means is that you have more complex carbs. The mistake that most people make is, they start eating like pizza or whatever, and they start eating, what stupid stuff like donuts, ice cream, and all that. But really, you just eat more good carbs, more fruit, more potatoes, stuff like that. So that's good for Saturday. That's going to give you those B vitamins because any carb you eat should be nutrient dense. So if you have that run coming up, yeah, Saturday, eat more carbs. Your calories are going to be over. That's fine. One day. So that's how you want to carb up. And especially if it's 10 miles, yeah, you don't want to cramp up. So the best thing you can do is fruit and potatoes. I mean, literally, go to Sprouts, get yourself some Japanese organic white sweet potatoes, make a little bit extra, put an extra banana in your protein shake, make yourself an acai bowl. Uh, you're maybe going over a couple hundred calories. You're not going to lose weight that week, but you will have a good run. So, if that does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
The reason I use that example is just so you don't like go off the deep end and eat a bunch of pasta or something like that. Yeah. So does that answer your question?
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. All right. And by the way, guys, the reason pasta has such a bad rep, pasta is great. Spaghetti is my favorite food. Why does spaghetti though? Why is it so easy to get fat on spaghetti? Because it's so easy to eat. I mean, you got a bowl of spaghetti. You got tomato sauce, Parmesan cheese, the spaghetti, the little meat, whatever, bison, grass-fed beef. It's so easy to just go rup, 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 1,000 calories in. Boom. It's very hard to stay within your calories on lasagna, on pasta, on spaghetti. That's why it's better to just put a certain amount on your plate and then just eat your plate. That's it. Because yeah, if you just have like the serving, the bowl right on the table, it's very easy to just grab extras. Like at Maggiano's, if you've ever been there, you get like the whole bowl that you can get from. So yeah. With that said, does anybody else have anything? Viridiana? No? All right. So tomorrow I'm heading out to California. I'm leaving here at 1 p.m. And then yeah, that's it. I hope the weather's good.
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
when's the workout on Saturday? 6?
Yes, 6 a.m. Yes. You mean at Hawaiian
Is
Gardens,
that the
right?
only one?
There
Yes.
is there is an 8 a.m. Yes, no, there's an 8 a.m. as well. So there's 6 a.m. and 8 a.m.
Are,
I do recommend the
are
6
you going to
a.m.
be there for both?
Oh no, I'm not going to be there. I'm
Okay.
actually going to
Hey,
go to
Mike, I
Vegas.
got a question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you said when you wake up, go outside immediately and look at the sun. Like I've been
Yes.
waking up naturally about 6:10 in the morning. I'm trying to get it an hour earlier, so I'm trying to, get to sleep a lot quicker. So if I get up and start looking at the sun and make it a habit, like as soon as I get up, get out there and look at the sun, is that going to make it easier for me to wake up earlier
Mm,
and get my body like, because even at 6 o'clock, I'm still like walk. The Walking Dead. I'm sleepy. I'm walking around sleepy. Like
Yeah.
I'm not engaged yet.
No, that comes with time. So regarding you fighting the grogginess, the best way to fight that is to start moving as soon as you wake up. And that's hard. That's hard. But if you get out of bed, and if anything, if you just do some bend overs, if you just do some leg swings, if you just move your body, just it doesn't matter. Just get your body moving. And then within 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, if you're walking, then that's good. Get your circulation up. And then if you do that at the same time every day, eventually your body will adapt. Now, looking in the direction of the sun in the morning, it's not necessarily going to help you wake up at the same time, but what it's going to do is going to help you fall asleep better at night. And that in turn is going to help you wake up at the same time. See, ideally, you have steady wake times and bedtimes, which is why traveling is always so stressful because you change your sleep and wake times. But it's all holistic. So if you look in the direction of the sun, you go walking in the morning, then you're less likely to have a 3 p.m. Afternoon energy crash. So then you go throughout the day, and then your sleep pressure is going to be a lot higher because when you go to bed at 9, let's say, you're going to be more prone to actually fall asleep because you didn't take any naps, you didn't really calm down at all at night or during the day, I mean. So, and then also when it comes to falling asleep, and this is one thing we didn't talk about, but it's kind of a big subject, it's to have a wind down routine. So when you have a wind down routine, hour before you go to bed, just no technology, no work. Don't take any work inside the bedroom with you. So, but I'll have more on that also in my in the deep sleep secrets as well. But for now, for everybody, just as soon as you wake up, try to make it. When I wake up, I get my creatine, I get my aminos, I drink water, obviously, and then I brush my teeth, go outside, I go for a walk. Boom. I usually go for 20-minute walk. I'll hit 3,000 ish steps, 2,500. Then I start my day. So that helps me. It's kind of like you don't make any decisions in the morning, you just do it. So that'll help you with your overall circadian rhythm. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for being on this call. And I won't be in California. I mean, I'm going to be in California this coming or tomorrow, Thursday, but I'm going to be in Bakersfield tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I'm going to be in LA area, Orange County area from Monday for that whole week. So maybe I'll see you guys there. And if so, I'll look forward to it. But we'll be in touch either way. All right. So message me if you need anything. And for everybody watching the replay, thank you so much for watching the whole call. And thank you so much for showing up, guys. Have an awesome night. And Digna, have a good trip. We'll see you guys. Have a good day. Have a good night.